Hello, Cancer, Sun, Moon, and Rising Sign. Welcome so much to December of 2024. What a great way to end the year. Looks like you're going to have some money luck coming your way. I call it chunky money. Or some really good consolidation around financial matters as well. You're going to experience some turnarounds and some reconsiderations around spending and around also the way you earn money. These are stories that are very big for you in the December timeframe, and there's some really gorgeous Venus love as well. So we'll bring it into focus, and let's get started. First of all, on December, the way we do it is we talk about the general story first. We're going to bring up where all the planets are, and then we're going to move away from where all the planets are to the chronological time frame, and we'll be here for 30 minutes. You can listen for your sun sign, career purpose, moon sign, how you feel about life, and the ascendant, everything about you. Listen for all three. You'll get a little bit of a sense of which ones are most useful. Also, if you're new here, my name is Lori Lothian. I am using the Western Tropical Zodiac, whole sign houses, and fixed stars are my specialty. We use this astrology as a navigational tool to time your best life, but remember, this is just general astrology, not a personal chart reading. Not everything I say can possibly be true for every single Cancer. So keep your common sense in mind. Let's also talk about one thing I want to share with you. I started a new Substack. I'm so excited. It's called the Pluto Chronicles newsletter. There will be an audio podcast next year. It's understanding the movement of Pluto through Aquarius in great detail for the world, so mundane or world astrology, but also I'll talk many times about personal impacts for different signs. It's where I get to play in the playground of freedom without being banned on YouTube for ad unfriendly material. So check me out over at Substack. The Pluto Chronicles is free. I'd love to see you as one of my subscribers. Now, and you can upgrade to paid, but the free, you're going to get a lot of content for free as well. It depends on what you want to get from me. All right. So and by the way, my 2025 individual videos, which are 2 hours each with a audio download, a video download, a PDF guidebook for each sign separately written by me, different content. Also the access to the hidden link for that video, a lot of content there, 2 hours videos times 12. You can get the bundle and share with friends and family, or you can get the bundle because you want to listen to Sun, Moon, and Rising, because ultimately it's more affordable, but you can just buy your sign as well. That is on sale still. I mean, you can buy it. It helps me raise money for my microphones, time stamping sister, video editor, etc. It's my annual fundraiser to help the channel grow by hiring staff and buy new equipment, which I need a new laptop, and my ring light kind of is frying on me. So I've had it for 5 years. So these are things I need to upgrade. And if you want to help, I said asking for money, a handout, I'm giving you a hand back. All right, let's go, guys. Let's talk about the sky. Wow, 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 wow. So first of all, you are going to say, I think that we're going to talk about Jupiter, Mars, Saturn, and where they are, that having Mars in a retrograde motion this month for you is important when it comes to financial matters. And so as we begin the month on the 6th of the month, Mars will move retrograde. But you have to know where he's been and what he's doing. If you want to time travel to November the 4th, Mars entered Leo. Your second house is spending, saving, earnings. He's a very good self-starter here. He likes to make his own money and not be employed. When he transits here, you might get more feisty about making money your own way. But coming into this part of your sky November 4th and then turning around on December 6th at 6 Leo indicates that he went forward in financial matters and needs to retrograde, go back and rethink it, revise it, redo it. And he won't even be back into this part of your sky till next April, mid-April, till mid-June. So this is a time in which things that you start have to be revised. And the revision is about how you really want it to be, because he retrogrades back into Cancer, your sign. And we'll talk more about that in January's video. But, you know, this is him coming back from a money and earnings house and going into you, your sun or your moon or your rising, and saying, what are we going to do with the finances here? And Mars is cut, snip, sever. So often it's like snip, snip, budgeting, cutting down on expenses. Really often when Mars is, other than having a spending spree, which you could do until December the 6th, then he's pulling back. He will ask you to look at where you can remove things from your spending, or revise your spending, or budget your money and save more. And you're really focused on financial rearrangements in a way that you haven't seen since 1977, 78, when Mars did the same kind of dip in to Leo. and dip out again the same way. So it goes back to how were you dealing with money issues? Your face is here, your teeth are here. It could be redoing dental work, having to have a redo of some earlier dental work during the retrograde. It could also have to do with redoing some cosmetic, laser or cutting surgeries around your face, because retrograde means do it again or go back and revise it. And your food style, if you have, like me, tried it all, vegan, vegetarian, keto, then you are going to go back to an older food style. When he retrogrades, you say, oh, I think I want to go back and have that food style again. I'll give that a try. So those are ways the retrograde might look. With Jupiter traveling through your house of self-undoing, you're getting much wiser and more honest and truthful about your own self-sabotaging habits. And Mars can also have you go back and like do another rehab stint or readdress an addictive pattern or habit that you've had. And so that's December 6th to January 6th, retrograde Mars in the house of your second house, Leo's second house. I got a bug around me. And what about Jupiter? Yeah, well, he's going to be until June of 25, still in your 12th house. Got there May of 24. Been retrograding since October 9th to February 4th. So the retrograde is deep in your bounty, but this is a spiritual house. And Jupiter is a guru, dispeller of darkness, wisdom, truth, and knowledge. And as he goes back in the 12th house, you might be really diving a lot deeper into what some of your spiritual truths are and what your spiritual philosophies may be, and deepening the bounty even all through the month of December as he is still retrograde in that house. Another part of the 12th house is often matters to do with learning. He activates at 9 and 30. You might want to be learning more deeply something you've already studied before. He's going retrograde, so you want to go back and study that thing more deeply and study it again. And you may be engaged in returns to older forms of study in the month of December. So the light's changing here. Blinded by the window light. I would also mention to you as well that with Venus moving into Aquarius, it is a big story this month. And she's going to move out of the Capricorn zone into the Aquarian zone on December 6th. She's moving out of a place in the sky where she's been preoccupied with giving good things to your husband or wife, making your husband or wife happier, having a better relationship with your partner. This has been ongoing and is true until December the 6th. Just let me see if I can fix the light. And, and she's also been really good for legal contracts, negotiations, and the way you might reach out to a marketplace or audience. But then by December 6th, she's gone and she's into your 8th house of chunky money. This is a big deal because Pluto's here and we haven't seen it this way before. You see, if you go back to February 17th last year, 2024, she did co-join Pluto with Pluto in your 8th house of chunky money. And you might want to say, how did your chunky money taxes, insurance payouts, inheritance money, shared resources with a spouse, maybe wealth up? This is a wealth yoga, wealth union between these planets. How do they improve? I'm sorry, guys. This light is blinding me. Okay, I'll just keep going. And maybe it improved in such a way that was okay, but not great. But this is different. As she co-joins with Pluto here, and she'll be doing this every year for 20 years now. And this time around, she's in a trine, and it won't happen next year or the year after. It could happen 20 years from now, at the very end. She is in a trine to the nodes of fate. And that means destined and fated financial opportunities that imply a connection to career and work and reputation matters. Because your 9th house, your 10th house is where that north node in Aries has been traveling since July of 2023. And with Chiron up there, you've had a chironic wound about your love, your career, your purpose, what you're here to do. Are you my purpose? Are you my right career? You maybe been studying or learning with guides, mentors, and teachers to find the right path and get you on the right path. And now we see that Pluto Venus is wealth. And wealth yoga flowing to the 10th house north node placement is very powerful. Wealth coming off of other people's money connected to career and purpose. I don't know, severance package, sign-on bonus, performance bonus from the workplace, maybe money connected to it, ad revenue, royalty income, money connected to new tax structures or finance structures. being able to really wealth up around bank loans and mortgages, but it's all connected to this career expansion that you're on as a Cancer person, sun, moon, and rising. So especially sun and especially rising, it looks really, really good on your finances. And you're going to see that energy play out around December 6th to the 10th, when Venus is really in that flow to the node of fate. And she's flowing to the south node. And if you ever thought you wanted to sell a property, or you feel fated, destined urges to buy a property, this is also very much the energy of fated buying and selling a property, connected to the window of time that I mentioned. Yes, December 6th to the 10th, but December 6th to January 2nd, as a general principle, she's blessing you in taxes, finances, investments, retirement funds, that kind of money. But she does that every year. Not every year does she join Pluto. Wealth yoga, trillionaire yoga. Not only every year does she trine the nodes of fate and sextile the nodes of fate while she does it. So this is a very special, auspicious financial window for a lot of you Cancers during this window of December 6th to the 10th. Mercury will be in the stay is rare. We last had that in the fall of 2017, had last year, but not as perfectly within the bounds of Sag. So November, December of 2017, elemental fire year for Mercury. What was going on in your life? And again, we look at it November last year, but not as intense, and November, December this year. Mercury 2 months in your sixth house. That's what Sagittarius is for you. Sixth house of what? Sixth house of things to do with work routines, pets, and health matters. And in that window of time, when Mercury's here, it's about information, news, messages, and ideas. Because when we start the month, he's retrograding as of November the 26th and continues to backpedal until December 15th, you're going to go back to an old job. Emails, phone calls, and text messages from old colleagues, coworkers, and employees, going back to revise your health through old health routines that you've done before, rethinking the matters of health and health matters, going back and doing blood work or tests you've done before. Simple Mercury retrograde. More information about my health, please, about retrograde. Let's redo those tests that we did last year. Of an older health problem. The retrograde is about a rethink and a redo and a revise. And Mercury doing this retrograde revision, you might want to think about matters where you engaged in to do with work, pets, and health. And debts, like paying off credit card debts and looking at your debt financing. What things were you doing between November 2nd and November 26th? Because those are where you're going back to redo, revise, and rethink them, okay? It's a retrograde that ends on December 15th, and then by that time, you can go ahead and move forward. So we'll get into some of the Mercury's action as we break down the sky. Reminder, Saturn's still in your ninth house until 2026 February, been there since 2023. Have you guys been getting serious about education, serious about and responsible about matters to do with your spiritual path in life, serious and more traditional in your spiritual path, going back to church, synagogue, mosque, because Saturn doesn't leave here, but it often brings guides and mentors that are like expert authorities, and you study under them as well. Although sometimes Saturn sends people back to university, or they become the teacher or the professor and mentor and teach others. And so Saturn finally gets full-time out of here, full-time. He dips out in February of 23. He is direct since November. So things that you were backpedaling on, like visas, travel plans, educational opportunities that you were rethinking June through mid-November, and you can now go forward on in December, as he is a direct motion Saturn at this time. Now we're going to break the sky down into individual weeks and days. So get ready. Let's go start. Venus trines. Lovely start to the month. I love this. Venus is in a trine relationship to Uranus. Venus, the goddess of love, flows to Uranus and money, love and money in your 11th house. At this point, right, she's still not in Aquarius Spock-like zone. She's still in Capricorn, your partnership, marriage, legal contracts. It's a beautiful, surprising energy to do with your main partner in business or marriage, and opportunities for greater career gains. or some lovely surprise about a social event and your main squeeze, or some kind of lucky wealth opportunity. Uranus is on Algol, the wealth star, that surprises and shocks you, coming from a friend, ally, or benefactor that requires an illegal agreement or contractual agreement. And, if you're in the book publishing industry, Uranus is flowing to Neptune. So a lucky, amazing book publishing deal, agent, contract, if you're a Cancer that gets involved in that kind of thing. Or your partner has a surprise and it connects to their life, connect to their career gains. Like, oh my God, on December 1st, 2nd, 3rd, my marriage partner got a raise, promotion, new job. I'm so happy, so excited. So happy, positive surprises coming through your sky along those lines, to do with lots of other people, maybe not you, even involving a sibling, one older than you, where Uranus is sitting. So keep that in mind too. On December 3rd to the 7th, we have a very busy sky. Let's keep with Venus first. On December 1st, 2nd, she flows to Uranus and gives you the lucky surprise, unexpected development that feels good. And then on December 4th and 5th, she flows to Neptune. Neptune is the dreams come true, visionary, dreamy, magical energy in your 9th house of God. And Venus, of course, is in your 7th house. Again, this would be a dream publication contract, agent, book publisher deal, podcasting success, reaching the audience, and your podcast just hit the mark or something like that. Otherwise, something to do with maybe a dream opportunity for a foreign land journey connected to either your significant other or connected to a sibling, 1 above you, 2 above you, and even 3 above you. And those siblings above you by age, and unexpected, lucky, dreamy travel opportunities. If you're single and you're looking for a relationship, this is soulmate, twin flame vibe. And yeah, you could meet somebody anytime around the 4th and 5th of December, 4th and 5th of December. And it may be that you have a really good spiritual connection with them, or that this person is connected to foreign travel, foreign lands, or educational settings, or you feel as if you've known each other in multiple lives, including ancient Egypt, where you guys were dancing the Nile together. So romance for singletons can emerge in that window of the 4th and 5th and be quite lovely. Now, the other story going on between December 3rd and the 7th is that we have a Mercury cazimi on the 5th and 6th of December, Mercury in the heart of the sun. He's doing this at 14 degrees of Sagittarius in your work and health house. Very important to pay attention to the 5th, 6th, because that's when emails, phone calls, information, news that is quite positive may emerge, or you could be having some information come from a colleague, coworker, or information about health or pets or work situations, or even debts. Like the bank calls you and says, oh my God, we overcharged you on your mortgage. You heard your refund check, or you can pay down a debt or some money owed to you, news that you're going to get that money coming in. And you get like the check or something unexpectedly, because this is a debt house as well. So that's the cazimi on the 6th, 7th of December. However, and there's a however, the problem could be here that you also have a T-square. Mercury Sun opposite Jupiter square Saturn. Oh, big triangle in the sky. It's opportunity, but it's a bit gritty. So Mercury is in your 6th house and Jupiter is in we know that, your 12th house. And then all of a sudden there's this opportunity, but squared Saturn, who wants to be super serious and responsible, in your 9th house. Unexpected foreign land travel opportunity connected to work. Not unexpected, just one emerging, some kind of opportunity, Jupiter, foreign shores, or money coming from digital borderless income and revenue, Jupiter in your 12th. Mercury, contracts, agreements, news or information, offers, employment offers, even connected to foreign entities, foreign people, and foreign places, squaring Saturn in the 9th house. Maybe you don't want to have to get a visa to travel to that place. Maybe you don't want to have to deal with the legal repercussions of whatever this opportunity is about, because there is legal repercussions with Saturn in the 9th house. Visas, bureaucracy, red tape, paperwork, who knows? Whatever this is, Jupiter says opportunity, and he's flowing to Mercury, because they are actually in a mutual reception. They have a hotline and they're working together, team them as best they can. It's complicated. This is still Mercury retrograde. And you will not know till the end of the month if this is a golden opportunity or just a headache. So I'd advise watching what happens, because by the time we get to the end of the month, Mercury comes direct and does this again, and you'll know if this is good to go. But you're being presented with an opportunity of some kind. Most likely it requires decisions and actions. It may connect to legal matters, travel, foreign countries, foreign lands, foreign shores, higher educational endeavors, like getting an opportunity to study and go back to school in a foreign country. I don't know what it is. It's so many ways it can play out. I'm not looking at your natal chart. I'm doing my best, but I'll just say opportunity with some grit requires decisions and actions. December 3rd to the 8th kind of thing during the whole T-square Cazimi and time frame. And you'll see it again at the end of the month. We'll wait till we get there. I already talked about December 6th, 7th, Venus-Pluto conjunction, depends on the time, your time zone. They're going to merge in a trillionaire yoga, but at the same time, they're going to be in a flow to the nodes of fate. That makes it extremely rare. And so that's a very golden time for you. And I delineated that in the beginning of this video. On December the 12th, Venus gets into an opposition to her cosmic lover Mars, and the two of them are at odds with each other. It's money stories. This is not, it could be a sizzling romantic secret love affair. Yes, it could be that. But if it's not, because Venus will be in your 8th house of secrets, then infidelities, etc., then it is a money tension. And it is intense. Mars wants to take action. He's retrograding. He's going back and over old ground about spending, savings, earnings, and resources and possessions. Might want to take back a possession. Maybe you sold your car and you want it back, Maybe you agreed to sell your house and you changed your mind, but Mars is retrograding. He wants to go back and reclaim something in the money, possessions, earnings. And all of a sudden, Venus across the way in the chunky money house is like, we want the chunky money. Get with the program, Mars. It is about the chunky money. But Mars has a different agenda. And he's the guy that makes the will, action, and decisions in the chart. So you're at a conflict point and a turning point of two agendas. It seems like a lot of money wants to be given to you in a way that Mars thinks this may not be the best and wants to revise or rethink or move in opposition to this idea of where this money's coming from. This can also involve monies to do with spousal separation agreements, divorces, widowhood, widowerhood, all that. So whatever this is, there's this tension. Or if you're a book publishing person, royalty income offers, but Mars says, wait a minute, I'm going back here to really rethink this whole path. Who knows? But whatever it is, it's a split second of December 12th, a day before and after. The tension will then ebb and wane. I would go with Venus myself. Mercury's debilitated by retrograde. Venus is direct after powering up Pluto. I take the money and run. If you're in a decision-making time, I take the money. Venus rules the house of home, property, and real estate. It could be an offer on a property, and you want to take it because it looks good, and Mars is rethinking it, or there's squabbling in negotiations about a price, that kind of stuff. Same with inheritances, squabbling about inheritances. Mars wants to fight. Mars is the god of lawsuits. He's retrograde, trying to claim money that was owed in the past. I don't know, but I don't trust Mars as much as I prefer Venus. So go with the money and not with the fight. Are you going to be a lover or a fighter? It's about money. On December 19th, or money with your spouse, shared money with a business partner, spouse, who's arguing about the shared resources. I take the peace path, Venus, and I take the money path, Venus, over the squabble, lawsuits, and fights. And December 19th, and then December 14th to the 16th, full Gemini moon and Mercury trine Mars, both are very positive. So let's start with the moon. It's full and it's shining in Gemini. It's in your 12th house. This is to do with self-undoing, self-addiction, self-undoing. Full light, torch light. Are you your own worst enemy? Is it time to stop the nightly Haagen-Dazs? What's your problem? What are you doing wrong there? Fix it. Full light shining in your 12th house. It's time to really look at a fullness and expression of completion, fulfillment regarding international revenue and borderless income for anyone who makes money from foreign entities, foreign countries, or in foreign places from your birthplace. A full light can be a fulfillment or a completion of that path. Full light, full moon in your 12th house is important because Jupiter's there. So it does bring lucky opportunities to do with long distance travel, foreign lands, educational opportunities. But I remind us that Jupiter won't go direct till February 4th. So some of this is a delayed bounty. Every full moon can take 2 weeks and or 6 months to unfold. So look to see what happens on a Gemini full moon coming up. And it's at 23 degrees of Gemini in case you want to know. And that indicates a nice little flow to chironic wound in the house of career and purpose, sort of giving you a little healing there as well. And we see that the Mercury sweet trine to Mars, Mercury is now direct as of the 15th, and around the 15th, 16th, he's in this trine to Mars as he stations to turn around, making him powerful and potent. And Mars and Mercury in a combination together are positive. They are in a fire trine from Sag to Leo, yes, Mars is retrograde, but it could mean financial or work opportunities from your past arriving on your doorstep. So hearing from an old colleague, coworker, boss, company, being able to secure a job at a place or in a field that you've worked before. It's commercial success. If you need to have commercial success, you make your own products or sell your own merchandise. Mercury trine Mars here could look like a very positive turnaround in your health because of a revision of your food style and getting the new blood work and seeing how amazing things actually are. On December 19th to the 20th, and if you want to buy a pet, a breed or a pet, this is a beautiful time to buy a pet. Okay, Mercury's direct in your sixth house and the flow to Mars in the spending house. Mars says you got a great deal. We're, curtailing the spending. You got a fine price on that there, Great Dane, the 14th to the 16th. On December 19th to the 20th, luck upon luck as Venus trines Jupiter. Both are lucky planets. Trines are also lucky in their own right, flowing 120 degrees apart. Jupiter, yes, retrograde in your 12th house, but Venus direct in your chunky money house. No other way to say it. Chunky money luck could come in any which way. Opportunities for more money look like that's what this is about. It could even come from past lives in which you stash a treasure chest of Jupiter wealth in a back in the past, and now you're going to reclaim the wealth that you are entitled to, that you left buried in a past life, metaphorically, figuratively. But there's something going on, a really beautiful time, and money luck would be my main feeling about that. I'm going to just advance my chart. I want to make sure I'm not missing anything. You know what I mean? Am I on the date? Not yet. 19th and 20th, yeah. And it's around 15 degrees of Gemini and 15 degrees of Aquarius, just so you know the degrees, but not that it matters since it's really kind of offside of you. Pay attention to spiritual stuff, your dreams, wisdom from within. These are moksha enlightenment houses. And there's a generalized feeling that you could have some spiritual awakenings or openings under this energy as well. Then on December the 21st, 2020, December 21st to the end of the month, Mars and Jupiter square each other, just like they did, same place, same sign kind of vibe, August 19th of 24. So go back to August 19th, a week before and after. Think about your life because it repeats itself in the last 10 days of December. Jupiter in the 12th, Saturn in the 9th. Legal matters, foreigners, educational snafus, opportunities, but with some endurance, passports, visas, and travel situations that require a lot of paperwork, higher educational applications, schools, academia, colleges, book publishing, Saturn, discipline, focus, hard work, and delays. Jupiter, opportunity, but from the past. So there's a repeat of things going on in August. These are energies that are big and slow and epically not fleeting. So you might feel like the whole last 10 days of December, you are not able to get what you really want to take off, to do with foreign travel, education. Look at the light, things like that. Hang on. I'll try one more time to block the light from the sun. All right. Judges, legal judgments, paperwork, bureaucracy, approvals by bureaucratic and legislative and legal matters. And Saturn is like working hard to get lasting results in your 10th house. Jupiter is the bounty or the luck or the wisdom of justice. And there's just some kind of snafu energy going on here all the last 10 days of December. But it gets even more intense because December 25th to the 27th, Mercury adds his 2 cents, now direct, opposes Jupiter and trines and square Saturn. So what we starts off around December 20th is just, this feels like August again, mid-August. Then the next thing that you get going on this is that Mercury chimes in on the 25th, 6th, 7th, Happy Christmas, Merry Hanukkah. And it feels just like you're back in the first week of December, because that was the first time Mercury got snafu'd in a T-square, but he was retrograde. So go back to the early part of December, the 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th of the month. It's going to feel a lot like the last part of the month, December 25th, 6th, 7th. Similar feelings, probably similar storyline. Go back to November 18th. Mercury was opposite Jupiter. December 4th, Mercury's opposite Jupiter. December 26th, Mercury's exactly opposite Jupiter. These are 3 stories to do with. Mercury says, let's get the work thing going. And Jupiter says, well, I'm backwards in the house of foreign countries. And I'm dealing with my spiritual stuff, and I'm enjoying the bounty of my alone time. And there's a work thing calling you, especially, December 26th, because Mercury's moving direct. Could be like, you're reluctant to take the job. You're reluctant to take the journey abroad. You're tied down to a pet, work, or debt situation that's demanding your attention. Okay, that's what I got. And then finally, December 27th, Venus squares Uranus, another lucky break. Uranus is the unexpected on well star Algol. Venus is going to square him from the 8th house of chunky money. So I don't know where your chunky money's coming from, but there is this square between Venus on December 27th, a day or two before and after, and Uranus. Uranus is like, you could get some unexpected chunky money from a friend, ally, or benefactor. Who do I mean? A sibling one older than you, a surprising amount of money from a sibling one older than you, a surprising chunk of money from a friend who wants to help you, a surprising paycheck from the great gains in your work that comes as a one-time bonus. So it's a little bit jolt of money coming at you around December 27th, 6th, 7th, 8th, Lastly, December 30th, we have a new moon in Capricorn. New moon in Capricorn is a new beginning in Capricorn. And the new beginning, new moon in your Capricorn 7th house of marriage. Thank God Pluto's finally left since 2008, right, guys? This is going to be a beginning of a reset button for your long-term marriage partner or monogamous significant other, or in the way the relationship unfolds. New beginnings, fresh starts. Up to 6 months after this thing unfolds. I love that when this new beginning moon happens at 9 Capricorn, and it will impact 9 degrees sun, moon, and rising people more exactly. So if it's your sun, it could be a business deal, business contract. If it's your rising, it's definitely probably to do with your marriage partner type thing. And if it's your moon, it could be a contractual agreement wants to arise in the months that follow regarding property land matters. But whichever one it is, this new beginning at 9 degrees flows to a 13-degree Saturn. And that also indicates that Saturn says we want stable results from these new beginnings connected to legal matters, churches, courts, faraway lands, foreign travel. We want to stabilize the new beginning in 9th house ways. So if it's a book publishing contract, then you get a traditional publisher out of this, Cancers, right? Because it's a new beginning in the house of legal contracts, vows, marriage, and business partnerships. And it's being watched over by Saturn in the 9th house, giving you lasting, solid results, publishing, book publishing, courts and legal matters, educational opportunities, etc. So hopefully that's helpful. Hopefully that it makes you want to navigate your reality using astrology as a tool and time your best life. Don't forget general bell curve astrology. Not all of us are going to experience all of these things. Don't forget to subscribe, and hit the notification bell. It will help me reach 100,000. And in my description box below, so many things you can check out. Check out my Patreon community who's getting this today, Saturday, the November 23rd. Early access ad free. Usually get it up to a week beforehand, but I've been behind because of my All Signs bundle production. But in general, you get for $5 no ads in all my videos. Think about that. And you get it before the public, and it's archived for you, and you can keep it forever on my Patreon community. Just one of the many ways to get in touch with me. Check my description box under the more button for other things I offer. I have a bunch of freebies. I give stuff away. It's all in the more button. People on YouTube are like, where do I find out about your website? The more button. There's a description box under every video, guys. Click more, ... and it opens up and you can scroll down and everything is there. Thanks very much, Cancer. Enjoy the month of December 2024. Oh my God, if I said 2025, it's 2024. Okay, bye.